What's going on? It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here with DFSArmy, and football is back. We got Thursday night football here where we have the Cowboys going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got a few injuries to look at. I'm going to do the Showdown slate on this video, and this one's going to be focused on Fanduel. I'll do another video where we'll do DraftKings, and I'll just kind of talk about how I plan on approaching it. But there's going to be more videos that drop. Our boys over at DFSArmy, DFS Up North, and Bobby Wow are going to do their own video as well. There's a plethora of information over at DFSArmy, and we have a great coupon code. Use code KICKOFF and get 20% off your membership here. So head over, use that. Link is in the description below. And come join us, and hopefully we can help you dominate here. So with that, let's just dive right into this and check out this Showdown slate. All right. As you can see behind me, I have the Domination Station, which is the DFSArmy's optimizer pulled up behind me. I'm just going to kind of use it to talk about some plays today, how I feel like this slate is going to go, and just how I'm going to attack it. With anything with Showdown, I'll preface, you got to have a game plan. How do you think the game is going to play out? It's not so much, do I have so much of this guy or so much of that guy? How do I feel like the game's going to play out? You got to have a plan. So the two big news items that we have in this game is on Tuesday, we had Godwin come down with a quad injury. If he's out, it could funnel some more targets towards Antonio Brown, which I'm extremely high on Thursday night, or over to Mike Evans, or maybe, we get a guy that comes in and replaces him. So that's where I'm kind of looking at. The big news, though, for the Dallas Cowboys is their Pro Bowl right guard, Zach Martin, tested positive for COVID. So he's going to be out. I didn't like the running game at all. Regardless, this just really hurts it because he's their best guy on offense. And Zeke even talked about, running behind him. So it just puts me further and further off Zeke and a fade on that. Tampa Bay is one of those offenses that tends to make you throw the ball more anyways and more of a pass funnel offense. So I'm going to be completely off Zeke tonight. I think on Thursday night. I think that's the way to go. But let's just talk about this again. FanDuel and DraftKings are such different animals due to the way things are priced and the way things are laid out. We got massive prize pools. Again, we got all the tools in the world over at DFSArmy. Head on over there and sign up and check everything we got out to offer. And I'm just going to talk about my favorite MVPs here first. So I'm on the MVP tab of our Domination Station. I'm going to just pull the guys that I want in here. Of course, Tom Brady and Dak Prescott are going to be the two highest owns. Usually it's a quarterback over on FanDuel. If you're playing cash games, I would pick one of Tom Brady or Dak Prescott. I kind of lean Dak Prescott a little bit if I'm playing one lineup. Just the fact I think they're going to have to be throwing a ton. And I just, he was putting up monster numbers before that injury last year. So if we get that same kind of deal where they're passing a ton and they just kind of abandon the run due to maybe, Zach Martin being out, or just, that's the way that, you beat Tampa. I just feel like, there could be a high ceiling there, and maybe he gets it with his legs a little bit. So I don't mind either one of them. If you're running cash games, I think that's one you're playing. If you're playing tournaments, though, I definitely want to go one of the wide receivers. Like I said, we got to see what's going to go with Chris Godwin. We'll have all that news inside of our news channel there in DFSArmy, if he's going to play or not. But I think it does boost Mike Evans, and it definitely boosts Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's got a question mark here. That's just, I think, is a vet day off. I don't think it has nothing to do with it. That injury that he had last year, he should be fully healthy from it, everything that I've read. So I love Antonio Brown here. Love Mike Evans in the MVP. These guys are going to be much lower owned. And then on the other flip side of it, again, I think it's Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. If we think it's going to be just where it's a pure passing attack and where they're going to take these guys, that's where I want to land on these guys. So we'll throw Cooper in there and CeeDee Lamb. Those are the guys that I think have the best shot at being total raw points, because that's all you're looking for when it comes to getting the highest MVP here. It's not like DraftKings where it's just a completely different animal. With FanDuel, you're just looking for raw points. So those are going to be my 6 MVPs. I'm going to be completely off Zeke, especially in MVP. and then flex, I might just complete fade. You got to take some stands on some of these guys. That injury to Zach Martin just really worries me. And again, I didn't really like him. We saw what Pollard did last year when he came in, when Zeke was injured. And I just don't think we're going to see full workload Zeke. I think even if in good game scripts and good matchups, I still think we're going to see a lot of Pollard and Zeke. And I don't think the ceiling game's ever going to be there for him. And so for that reason, I'm just going to kind of get off him. So don't want a whole lot of Zeke here. So yeah, so those are going to be my MVPs that I'm going to look at. Like I said, cash games, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady. And then out of the 4 wide receivers, I'm going to go extremely heavy on Antonio Brown. I just feel like it's going to be a big game for him. There's been lots of talk that he's looked like the old Antonio Brown that we saw in the Steelers, 5-6 years ago, where he just absolutely dominated. We know Tom Brady loves him. I just feel like if we're going to get him at kind of low ownership here, I'm going to go Antonio Brown, then Mike Evans, then Lamb, and then Cooper, if I had to rate those 4. But those are going to be my 6 MVPs that I'm going to go after over here. Over on the flex side, again, I'm going to keep some of these guys. I'm going to completely get off Elliott. I'm just going to take him out of the player pool. I don't want anything to do with him at his price point. Again, those are stands you have to take. I believe, you can't play everybody. And if I take him out, I can get more ownership in my lineups towards Prescott or Evans. Like I said, let's see what Godwin's going to do here. If he's out, that's going to open up more towards Amari Cooper, Evans. Leonard Fournette, you can run against the Cowboys easily here. Leonard Fournette is $11K though. I'll probably have more Cooper and Lamb here at $11K. He's got to get in the box 2 or 3 times. They brought Gianari Bernard over. So there's kind of like a 3-headed deal here. I think Ronald Jones is still going to be the number 1 back here. He's 9.5. I prefer him. If you're going to look for a guy in cash games, it's probably going to be Ronald Jones over Fournette or over Gio. But, I'm going to have way more ownership I have on Amari Cooper and Lamb. I think Lamb's going to have a monster year this year, so he would be, again, my number 1 in this range. Going to keep some Michael Gallup in there. Deep threat. He can catch a couple deep balls. Antonio Brown in this range at 9K is way too cheap. I'm going to have, massive amounts of him as the guy that I'm kind of looking at targeting here. I'm not a big guy setting up a ton of rules. I tend to set rules up more on DraftKings than I do on Fanduel. But if you're going to have a quarterback in the MVP, I definitely want, one of his pass catchers, but generally that'll happen organically because there's only so many slots to fill out. I will say, like on DraftKings, if I had, I don't think I want 3 of the pass catchers together, right? So when we get to DraftKings and do that one, those are rules I might set because I don't think you're going to get, Godwin, Evans, and Antonio Brown all in the same lineup crushing. And, that could be the same case here for FanDuel as well. I don't think all 3 are going to get there. So that might be a rule that I do set up when I do this. And again, head on over to DFSArmy. We're going to have, lots of videos and breakdowns on how to use our tools and also just different outlooks and ways that people approach things. So again, the guys that do our Showdown slates and DFS Up North and Bobby Wow, the 2-time Millie Waker that we have on our staff, they're going to kind of break this down and what they see as well. And they got cheat sheets up already and going to do his video. I'm just kind of giving you my take on it. So come down here, kicker wise, I'm definitely going to leave both kickers in. I'm not going to take them off. Like I said, Tony Pollard, I'd take shots at him at 7,500 way over, taking Zeke. So it's not that, he's involved in the passing game and I'm just not excited to take Zeke at that price. But Pollard, I have no problem leaving him in the player pool here. Rob Gronkowski, I'm not as high on him as all here. I'd rather have Pollard or Gio, honestly. With Antonio Brown in, we just didn't see massive games out of Gronk. So, definitely going to keep him in the player pool, but I'm not going to be super high on him, even though he is pretty cheap here going up against the Cowboys. I'm not going to love it here. Coming down here, Blake Jarwin's a guy, 6K, that I like a lot. I think we're going to see, again, a lot of passing in this game. And, Jarwin is the guy that I definitely want. And at 6K is super cheap. So he's my favorite guy down here. Cameron Brate's another guy, 6K. I prefer Jarwin. They just got a lot of weapons over on the Bucs side. And I think Jarwin can see a couple couple catches here, and you don't need much to pay off that 6K. And if he gets one in the box in the end zone, he's going to crush that 6K salary. So a guy I really like here. Prefer him over Schultz at 6,500. Definitely prefer that. And one thing, if you don't have, if you want to check some prop bets out, I dropped 10 prop bets this morning over at sharpbets.app. You can go in the link below as well. It's a free Discord channel that we have, that we talk football in there. And if you want to sign up, use that link below as well. And you can get all of my prop bets over there with everybody else we have on staff. We have a plethora of guys. Just actually crushed week 1 of college football. I think we're, as a group, we're up over 11 units. And this week of NFL, we're going to have a ton of bets. So head on over there and check it out. It's going to be an awesome season now. So again, head on over there and check those bets out. I think I got 3 up for Thursday Night Football, and I dropped 7 for Sunday. But I'm still going to have more. It's just the first look that I looked for the Sunday night games, and there's a couple of them on Sunday that are just way too low, and you want to jump on them before those lines move, because they're going to move until we get to Sunday. So got to look at those. So continuing here, going down here again, I'm not interested in any Keyshawn Vaughn. Tyler Johnson would be interesting for me at this 5,500 price point if we didn't have any Godwin. So that's the thing we'll have to look at. Don't really have a whole lot of interest in Cedric Wilson. It'd be Tyler Johnson would be for me if we didn't have any Godwin, but it's pretty straightforward to me. It's like I'm going to play a ton of these studs passing game. It's all about the passing game for me. And then I'm going to sprinkle in down here. Like I said, I really like Jarwin. Tyler Johnson's going to be in play for me if we get Godwin out. Pollard, Gio's going to be that pass catching back for them. So, don't mind them. I think ownership wise, I'd rather go Gio or Pollard over Gronk, just if Gronk's going to be higher owned. But again, if we don't have any Godwin, maybe that changes my mind a little bit on Gronk. But it should be a fun one. Again, passing all the way. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. The one reason I do like the Cowboys, and Dak and those guys, the passing game, is I think they're going to be behind early and they're going to have to chuck the ball a ton. And Dak was putting up, 400 plus passing games before he got injured. And so I don't think the running attack is going to work at all. And I think they're going to have to rely on that. And they have elite receivers on both sides of it. So I think it's going to be kind of air raid on both sides. Lots of passing, should be a lot of fun. That line's moved a lot towards Tampa Bay, and I have to agree. I think Tampa Bay wins this. But for fantasy purposes, it's fantastic on the passing side of Dallas. And that's how I see it going. If you think it's going to be not so high scoring game and there's going to be running, then play it differently. But that's how I see it. Again, this is the Fanduel look. I'm not really going to go in and ownership and all that and rules. I'm just kind of talking through how I would build this. Again, if you're playing cash games, definitely go on the quarterbacks. I lean Dak over Brady, but either one of them are fine. You're playing both quarterbacks if you're playing cash games here. And then in the flex for cash games, I would definitely look at, guys like CeeDee Lamb. If Godwin is out, I love Antonio Brown in cash games. Again, usually you're playing running backs, but you have a side where you have basically 3 running backs on Tampa Bay and then 2 running backs on Dallas. I think a lot of people are going to play Zeke in cash, and I just don't like it. I just don't think he gets there. So I'm going to be maybe a little different in that aspect, where I'd rather play guys like Antonio Brown, guys like CeeDee Lamb, just because that's how I see the game going. And Donald Jones would be the one cash guy at 9,500 that I don't mind playing if you're playing one running back. So that's kind of where I'm leaning on things, and I hope that helps you out. So with that, again, head on over, use that promo code KICKOFF and get that 20% off. It's only going to be running for a few more days until NFL starts. So you want to head on over there and check out the cheat sheets we have, all the tools that we have. And again, head over to the Sharp app as well. We've been working real hard on these prop tools for college football and for NFL. So you can head on over there and see the best lines available against the projection models that I have. And there's a few that really pop out. So head on over there and sign up as well. All the links are below in the description. And let's win some money, man. Football's back. I am pumped. Let's go. Deuces.